What is going on, everyone? Leon checking in, and we're at it again with another video. In today's video, we'll be unboxing and reviewing the PowerOwl 16-bay AA and AAA battery charger. Now, this is certainly a monster charger and is perfect for the user who has many battery-powered devices. And speaking of battery, I'm running the battery performance test on the Asus ROG Zephyrus M16 gaming notebook, so that video should be coming out soon. And as for this video, is featured on the Unboxed, Explained, and Demo playlist, so you can find information related to this topic quickly and easily. As always, we only feature products or services I buy, use, or am interested in. And as always, you can find this item, related items, and items shown in this video at the Amazon storefront link in the description below. All things said, let's go ahead and get into it. So here we are with the unboxing. You can see everything comes in this generic looking packaging, nothing exciting here. And as we open up here, things are going to continue to be very simple. We've got the charger here, and underneath we have the instructions. So here we are with the charger, which we're going to pull out of the packaging. And you can see that we have that PowerOwl branding. Now, before we perform a test here, I want to talk about the weight and the design. Now, I love the design. It looks very futuristic to me. And as for weight, this is made mostly of plastic with some metal pieces. So it's going to be fairly light. It's fairly thin. Let's see if we have some protective rubber padding underneath. So we've got these little pads on the base there. That should help prevent this from sliding around and prevent it from scratching surfaces and also being scratched itself. Okay, so I'm going to plug this charger in, but before we do so, I do want to mention the cord. It's a very basic cord, as you might expect, but it's only about 3 feet long. I would have preferred it be maybe 5 feet, because I actually had to use an extension cord to plug this in because it wouldn't reach from my table down to where my plugs are. So that's one con here, not a huge deal breaker, but you can see when we plug this in, we get those lights. They turned on really quick. I'm going to unplug here. We're going to wait a moment, and then I'm going to plug in again, so hopefully you catch those lights if you missed them the first time. So here we go. So we get the green and we get the red. I thought that looked really cool, just a really nice lighting effect. So let's go ahead and plug some batteries in. We'll start with the AA's. You can see that the light starts coming on automatically for each battery. I like this too because it keeps your batteries organized. So if you're looking for battery organization, this in itself is also worth it. But I really love that we could charge this many batteries at once. This is killer. This definitely feeds my inner nerd. And we're coming all the way around here. This looks very futuristic sci-fi. It's definitely something that a nerd would have. So as you can see, we have all the slots filled up with AA batteries, and you can't install any more batteries. But you may be wondering if you can charge AAA batteries with the AA batteries. So let's go ahead and remove just a few of the AA's, just from random locations. And we're going to try to install a AAA. There we go. It looks like everything's working fine so far, and it looks like there's no issue doing this as well. Now, there are supposed to be some safety measures built into this. For example, supposedly if you put the battery in backwards, which is going to be really hard to do because it's not going to make connection with the connector anyways. It's not going to charge, obviously. I'm trying to see if I can get one in, but you can see it's hard to get in there anyways. Also, if you try to do a disposable battery, that should not charge. So let's see. Okay, and that's actually charging, but it's not supposed to. That being said, this also states that only the same brand and type of battery can be charged at one time. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, considering that it did say disposable, was not supposed to be rechargeable, and you can see that that charging light is coming on. I'm not sure if it's outputting power and the light's just coming on, but I imagine it's outputting power to this. Now, of course, I did previously mention that this here is a good storage option for your batteries, but this states that you should remove the batteries after charging. The charger cannot be used for storage of the batteries. I imagine that's only saying if this is plugged in. I'll be honest, I would probably leave the batteries in this, but of course I would unplug the charger when the batteries obviously do not need to be charged. And then we have lights and charging. So if a battery is not installed in a bay, that bay will be not charging, and that means the LED will be off as indicated by these bays. Now, if you do have a battery in a bay, the LED indicator will be red if the bay is charging. And once a battery is done charging in a bay, it should turn green. Now, I will say that these batteries here, the AA batteries, they have a storage capacity of 1.2 volts, and the AAA batteries have a storage capacity of 1.2 volts as well. So I do have my multimeter here, and if we pull out a battery, we're going to just check it with the meter. We'll try and hold this. This is a little hard to do on camera. And you can see we are, oh, we slipped there. We are at 1.4 volts. So some of these are already charged at minimum, but this is still going. You can see we just put that one in and it's still charging. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on here. I'm gonna pull another battery here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to hold this steady. Check our meter. This is actually really hard to do on camera. So that's 1.3. So what I'm interested in, we'll just pull one of the AAAs before we move to the next step though. This is gonna be a little harder because AAAs are smaller, and it looks like that's 1.4. So what I'm interested in is, again, we've got this one. It was showing 1.4 volts. So I'm going to remove all these other ones, and I want to see if maybe that says that it's done charging. So you can see that that one is still showing charging. So I'm not sure what's going on here, but I just wanted to check this with the meter and see what we're getting. I'm going to unplug this one again and then put it back in. But you can see it's still staying red. So how long until that turns green? That will be the question, because again, you know, just to demonstrate one more time, this battery did show 1.4 volts. Again, this is so hard to hold on camera. Yep, so 1.4 volts. So just a note there, this is just an estimate. It doesn't seem to be 100% correct. So let's wrap things up. Overall, I like this battery charger. I love the way it looks and I love the way it functions. I love the way that these batteries go into the battery bay and you get this circular shape. It just looks really cool. It gives it a sci-fi presentation. Now, this has been sitting here for a little bit of time here, and I was hoping that the lights might turn green for this video. You can't see on the camera right now, but I did have a light turn green in one of the battery bays, and then it went back to red. So I would have to spend more time with this. I imagine it does work really well, but we would have to have more time to know for sure. But overall, I like this. It looks really good, and it seems to function really good. So that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it and found it useful, please leave a like. If you're watching on YouTube and have any questions or comments, as always, drop those down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, there are 3 ways you can support the content. The The first way is to click on the Amazon storefront link in the description below. There you'll find items that I have bought or would buy, and anything you buy from the storefront does support the content. The next way to show your support is just by sharing this content with someone who might enjoy it or find it useful. And the last way to show your support is just by clicking the subscribe button. Now, liking and subscribing are important because those are ways to vote on whether you like the content. Liking and subscribing are also important for new viewers and listeners. If new viewers and listeners see likes and subscribers, they're going to think that the content is helpful, worth watching, and listening to. As always, thanks for watching, and may the universe flow in your favor. And until next time, Leon checking out.